KMES English Medium Junior College welcome its 11th standard student for the online lecture of psychology for chapter 6 stress. For the topic being well adjusted and types of stress. Students, we are going to start with another chapter of psychology, that is stress. This chapter aims to develop understanding of stress. It makes us understand the different types of stress. It also makes us know the sources from where this stress arises and the effect of this stress. It helps us to identify the source of stress from day-to-day life and also help us the different way to cope with stress. So students, in this chapter we are going to study about different subtopics like being well adjusted, a dynamic balance, types of stress, stressor and their types, coping with stress strategies. But in today's lecture, we are going to study about two things. One, 6.1, being well adjusted, and 6.2, types of stress. Being well adjusted, a dynamic balance. Students, we know that we are not well adjusted in all the situations. In certain situations, we experience some level of discomfort. The degree of adjustment changes according to situation and time. Certain people experience income discomfortable in many situations. We use the term tension, worried, under pressure, anxious to indicate discomfort one experiences in demanding situations. Let us see some of the demanding situations. Sometimes Malti is worried about her performance in exam, that she turned blank during the exam. Here, Malti experienced tension. While Passion is going through a bad phase in his business, he used to shout and scream at everyone around him. His family said that Fashion is under pressure. Next, Robert has an audition on Monday, but at the time of audition, he felt so underconfident about performing well that he cancelled the audition. The organization said he had probably worried about it or anxious about it. So these are different sorts of stress that is being experienced by the people. Or this is the demand of the situation. The different word means different thing in psychological terms. In psychology terms, the discomfort that one experiences in demanding situation is called stress. So let us look the term stress in detail. Being well adjusted. 6.1 stress. My definition. Life is full of challenge and opportunity. It depends upon how we handle the situation. The term stress is often used in everyday life by everyone of us. Stress has been defined in different ways by different researchers. There has been recurrent disagreement among researchers regarding the definition of stress. Stress, according to a common person, is bad. It is something that causes us ill. It affects us biologically. It is a cause of major disease. Whereas, according to a scientist, stress of some level is important. Stress is a response. It is an interaction and transaction. It makes a person to perform well. So let us look at the different definitions of stress. Definition of stress. The word stress is derived from the Latin word stringere, which means to be drawn tight. According to Richard Logris, stress is a feeling. It is a feeling experienced when a person thinks that the demand exceeds the personal and the social resources an individual is unable to mobilize. Stress is defined an organism total response to environmental demand or pressure. Stress is not a factor that resides in the individual or environment. Instead, it is embedded in an ongoing process that involves transaction with social and cultural environment. Stress can be defined by saying that it involves a set of emotional, physical, cognitive reactions to change. Stress is dynamic, mental, and cognitive stress. In an example given in activity, Meena education needs much more money than she is able to mobilize. Rashid needs more time to reach the destination but he has only 5 minutes. Making Parliamentary model need a level of practice beyond their capacity. Thus, in each of the cases, the demand of the situation is much greater than the resource capability the person is able to mobilize. In medical terms, stress is described as a physical or a psychological reaction that may lead to illness. According to Indian philosophy, one desire and involvement in material world are cause of our stress, which lead to khelsa. There are 5 types of khelsa: ignorance, ego, attraction, repulsion, lust of life. Out of these, ignorance is the basis of remaining 4. We must seek realistic knowledge to be free from ignorance. In Sanskrit, they are not only talking about mental health, but as absence of disease. but it explains that being relaxed and maintaining one's mental peace. So let us look to three different scenarios of stress. Looking to three different scenarios of stress. That is moderate stress, extreme stress and low stress. Jack is preparing for his upcoming semester exam. He has moderate amount of stress, so he studies hard and gives his best in his exam. Second, at the same time, Supriya is under extreme stress for an exam. She wants to be a topper, so in spite of studying well, she panics and goes blank while writing the paper. So, this is an example of extreme stress. Third, low stress. Azhar does not have any stress for his exam. He bunks his classes while thinking that he can prepare himself at the last moment and pass the exam. But when he appears for the exam, he is not able to do well. So, out of the three stress that we have seen, that is moderate stress, extreme stress and low stress, we have seen that moderate level of stress help us to perform well in certain places. Everybody deals with stress in his or her own way, depending upon his genetic, environmental conditions. Stress works just like a key operating toy. If the key is found wounded too much, the arrangement would break. At the same time, if it is wound too less, the toy won't work as it should. Similarly, when stress exceeds a limit, or if it is very less, it will deteriorate the performance. Only under moderate stress we can achieve the optimum performance. This phenomena can be explained with the help of low level of stress, then coming understimulated level, then alert, that optimal performance, then excessive anxiety, overwhelm, distress and dysfunction, then high stress. Students, now we will be looking at the types of stress. Types of stress. Amit has nothing to do during vacation, or Simita, who is an intelligent student, find a course unstimulating. They experience hypo-stress. Hypostress is caused when a person has nothing to do at all. It is insufficient amount of stress. When people have nothing to do, they get bored. And if they feel prestige for longer time, it results in hypostress. Usually people with hypostress are working on unchallenging jobs in which they become demotivated, uninterested and restless. Hypostress may due to work underload. Hypostress is different from leisure. Leisure is a quality time spent away from work or domestic duties or study. After a heavy period of work, It has relaxing and recreational qualities, and we have freedom and choice of our leisure time. Second, hypothesis. Jackson is stuck up in a traffic jam, has lost his hall ticket, and is already late for exam. He is going on experiencing hypertension. It caused due to extremely pressurizing conditions. Due to hyperstress, a person experiences panic attack and may engage in exerted reaction like throwing temper, etc. It leads to frustration. Thus, in hyperstress, there is high stress, which leads to panic reaction. After much preparation, so this is an example of hyperstress. Coming to eustress. After much preparation, another is ready for her stage performance. She experienced eustress. According to the Greek prefix EU means good, and therefore it is a good stress. According to Webster, eustress is a positive form of stress, having a beneficial effect on health, motivation, performance, and emotional well-being. It is a state when an individual is excited, determined, inspired, and energized to and ready to go. When we experience stress, the body is temporarily, intensely, and quickly flooded with hormones like dopamine and oxytocin. Both these hormones are associated with positive feelings. So eustress can be defined as a pleasant or creative stress. We cannot avoid stress. Sometimes we do not wish to avoid its stress. For example, in a competitive age, in performance-related activity, moderate level of stress is found to be useful. Coming to the next one, that is distress. Sujay meets with an accident and has become partially handicapped. Now he is dependent on others as assistants. Sujay will experience distress as he is facing this unwanted situation. This stress is a negative type of stress. Individuals experience it when the normal routine is constantly adjusted and alert. While experiencing distress, our body is flooded with emergency response hormones such as adrenaline and cortisol. Adrenaline increases heart rate, elevates blood pressure, and boosts energy supply. Cortisol, the primary stress hormone, increase sugar, glucose in the bloodstream, enhance brain use of glucose, and increase the availability of substance that repair tissues. Distress are of two types. One is acute and another is chronic. Acute distress is intense, short-term, negative stress. It occurs when there is sudden change in routine or when we experience panic or threat. For example, traffic jam, accident, sudden water shortage, etc. Whereas chronic stress is long-lasting, recurrent negative stress. It causes constant change in routine for a long period of time. This is a worst type of stress. Chronic stress is the cause of most people's problems. Example, illness of a family member suffering from chronic illness or oneself. General adaptation syndrome. General adaptation syndrome is given by Henschel, who is the father of stress research. He says the stress of creative and successful work is beneficial, whereas the failure and humiliation is harmful. Henschel, a scientist, introduced the general adaptation syndrome model in 1936, showing in three phrases that how it affects the body. In his work, Shelley, the father of stress researcher, developed the theory that stress is a major cause of disease because chronic stress causes long-term chemical changes. He observed that body would respond to any external biological source of stress with a predictable biological pattern in an attempt to restore the body's internal homeostasis. General adaptation syndrome may be defined as the manifestation of stress in the whole body as they develop in time. General adaptation syndrome consists of three stages: the alarm stage, the reaction stage, and the stage of resistance, and the last, the stage of exhaustion. Alarm stage. It is the first reaction to stress. At this stage, the organism recognizes that there is a danger and prepares to deal with the threat by flight or fight response. In this, energy is repeatedly not used for physical activity. It can become harmful. This natural reaction provides energy to body to deal with stressful situations. Coming to the second stage, resistance stage. After the initial shock, the body began to repair itself. In this recovery phase, it remains on high alert for a while. If you overcome the stress, your body continues to repair itself until your hormone level, heart rate and blood pressure come to normal. If the stress continues, the body remains in the stage of arousal and it can lead to exhaustion. Signs of resistance stage are irritable, frustration, poor concentration, etc. Coming to the third stage, exhaustion stage. It is the stage. If the stress is not resolved in the resistance stage, the person enters into this stage. In this stage, the body ability to cope becomes less. At this stage, an individual may collapse quickly. The body immune system ability to resist stress diminishes. Signs of exhaustion include fatigue, burning out, depression, anxiety. So this is known as general adaptation syndrome.